Hello, guys. This is quite simply unbelievable, but I'm going to try one more time. I'm going to persevere with this. I hope you guys who have been watching these streams get taken down or muted and now becoming more open to the wickedness within this world, trying to silence the truth. So, once again, I have to ask you, can you see me? Can you hear me? I've got a special guest, the Watchman, as well. Later in the stream, he's going to break down some images that he has of Jake Paul and discuss his tattoos. So Trinity says she sees us both. Perfect. Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we need to know if you can hear us. Otherwise,
mic check, 1 2 1 2.
This is my last chance, guys. Like, honestly, the patience here is crazy. I'm just gonna bring you my presentation. This time I can actually present it. You can see it, which is good. And everybody watching, leave a comment, like it, and hopefully this one goes without any issues like usual.
Sweet.
Right, okay, I'm going to present my screen.
God wins, remember, everybody.
Yeah, we've got to persevere. The perseverance of the saints, guys.
Yes. It's going to get harder than a few live shows being disconnected in the very near future. So not to cause fear, but you just need to prepare and be ready to endure, carry your cross. But you can only do it with Christ. So remember, everything tonight that's going on, I think, is opening up some big stuff. So can't wait to see what you got, brother.
Yeah, like we said tomorrow, the date's 2012. There's the movie 2012 about the end of the world. You have Revelation 2012, which is very, very prophetic. So, yeah, I haven't promoted this stream, but here we go. Whoever's going to watch it is going to watch it. So you got Jake Paul against Anthony Joshua. You've got a YouTuber against one of the greatest heavyweight boxers of all time. In reality, as I've discussed previously, Joshua should knock him out. It should be over instantly. But we live in a satanic fallen circus where Satan is the god of this age. He knows that his time is short. It's coming to an end. And those who worship him, the children of the devil, the children of disobedience, the like of Jake Paul and Anthony Joshua, all right, and these boxing promoters, all right, and his brother here, Logan, they get so heavily promoted and pushed in this fallen world because the father's the devil. And you see what happens to a person like me, who's a child of God, who preaches the truth. You get suppressed, you get shadow banned, you get demonetized, you get muted, okay? And you have to keep coming back just to reveal information. Right? I believe on YouTube, you should be able to pretty much say what you want, and then people can decide what they do with that information. All I was doing here was breaking down a fight, which I believe is rigged, and I'm entitled to that opinion. I believe it's biblical. I believe that the outcome's already determined. I believe that there's supernatural elements involved. I believe that it's a numerical code involved. And I get my videos taken down. Okay, the only person that's left a comment so far is Emmanuel and Trinity. So if you are watching, get involved like you were doing before, and hopefully this stream is the one where we can go and really reveal. So again, this is Joshua. He's a man mountain. It's almost like somebody's created him to be a boxer. And then you've just got a guy who came through Disney, who was a popular YouTuber. Then he brought a song out. All right. And by the way, this guy's a streamer like his brother streamer, and I'm having issues with my streams today. I don't know if Jake's watching. All right. But again, all of this here is a show.
Dude, Anthony is huge too, and if he doesn't win tonight, everybody should never want to watch anything with this stuff again.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like if somehow Joshua pulls off being beaten, and Jake Paul,
look at the reach he's going to have on him, dude. Just even looking at that picture, this truly is like a David Goliath fight.
No, that's what I'm saying. It is. It is. If Satan's going to present it as David and Goliath, and remember, right? The only way David was able to defeat the undefeated Goliath was because of his faith in God, right? He placed all of his faith in God. So he had no fear. the shepherd boy who later became a king. Now, Jake Paul, if this is some sort of inverted ritual, Jake Paul's God is Satan, right?
It's definitely got Masonic. Sorry, it's got Masonic black and white.
Yeah, and in many of his fights, he wears black and white trunks, which is the duality, the Freemason duality that they are so obsessed with. And it's also a black and white fighter, yeah? So I see this, if this is some sort of inverted ritual, and if Jake wins, I've told you I'm on Joshua, I think Joshua wins, but if Jake wins, I think it's because he placed his faith in his God, who is Satan. And then Satan's given him the victory. So I know there's a narrative for your boy Jake. And notice how they both have the bleached blonde hair, which I've told you is the unclean spirits in Leviticus. Right? They both bleached the hair blonde. And if you actually really look at how short, I've done this with wrestlers, if you look at how short their arms are, that's not a male anatomy. Right? Just look how short his arms are. Yes, they're pumped. Yes, they're muscular, both of them, but the length of them, questionable. And like we were saying earlier, like there's no way that Jake's length should be able to cause any damage to Joshua, who was an Olympic gold medalist. And we mentioned earlier how the atomic number for gold is AU. A is the first letter, U is the 21st. And your boy Jake comes in with a 12-1 record, 1-2-1, like A is 1 and U is 21, 1-2-1. And in gematria, Antichrist equals 121, as does Revelation. It's also 11 times 11, which brings the war theme because World War I ended on 11/11 at 11 a.m.
Adam, do you know what Strong's 121 is? I just looked it up because you said that.
I'll go for it.
I'm gonna share it real fast. If you guys don't see that Adam is being used with what he does, both of us, but I go to the Strongs, he does his thing, like it truly is like peanut butter and jelly. I just want to show you, bro, that you're completely on through the Strong. So this is the Bible, not my own interpretation. The Bible. Look at what it says. Adam, the first man.
What? Are you serious? You got to share that.
I'm on the screen. Everybody can see. You just said 121, and I heard the Lord say, "Go to the Strongs and look up Hebrew 121," and it's Adam.
Oh my word, eh? And what's my favorite number?
Isn't it
11?
Or it's 11, yeah.
11. I was born on my dad's 31st birthday, the 11th prime, my football jersey. 11, my first ever email, Adam Edwards 11. It's my favorite number. Like
I had to interrupt you. I'm sorry because I look at I don't even know what to say, you guys. This is crazy. Out of all, I don't know the dictionary. I don't know Hebrew. I just heard the Lord say, "Go to 121 in the Strongs," and it says Adam. So if you guys don't take seriously what Adam's doing right now, like, and what we're trying to do, I don't know what to tell you. God's telling you, listen, just listen, please, you guys.
Yeah, no,
sorry, I just had to show you.
No, that's something that you had to stop for. Absolutely. And these divine revelations that are just, they're beautiful. And a lot of people obviously fail to acknowledge them because everything's a coincidence. So again, this fight here, I'm sure a lot of you are going to watch it. I'm not personally, but I can see why you are. I'll be intrigued to see what happens, absolutely. But am I excited to watch it? No. So let's do this. This is my actual presentation on my website. Now, there's a lot more information that I could add to this, but this is more than enough. You guys in the chat, get involved and share your insights. You're doing great stuff earlier. So, yeah, I talked about round 6, Ant-the-Man, God bless you. I talked about how Joshua is 36 and the square root of 36 is 6. Said how the beast reigns for 3 years and 6 months. 666 is the 36th try. If Joshua wins in the 6th round, it's interesting to me because the book of Joshua is the 6th book of the Bible. So that will just be confirmation if it's the 6th round. I don't know how it goes to 6. As I've said, if it was legit, but it's not.
Why aren't they? Why doesn't Jake fight real like 12 rounders too? Like that's when you find out who a champion is in those late round or
I know, yeah, exactly. It's 8, isn't it? Because we're in the second days of Noah, and when God flooded the earth, He saved 8 people.
Yeah, because the heavyweights fight 12 rounds, right?
Yeah, they go 12 rounds,
dude. Because if Jake was a real fighter, he'd want to go the distance. I mean, that I would give him credit if he went 12 rounds with Joshua.
But everything that Jake's doing is supernatural.
Yes,
it's all supernatural. You need to look at Jake as a puppet of Satan. He's simply a puppet of Satan. So we know with these fights, the date that it's on, the time that it starts, the opponents, it's just, like I said, Joshua can get his 29th win 29 days before Jake Paul turns 29. And Revelation 2:9, all right, says, I know thy works and tribulation and poverty, but thou art rich, and I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews and are not, but are the synagogue of Satan. Now, what did Jake Paul just come out and say? Jake Paul, Jesus Christ. I actually heard this. So he's talking about Jesus Christ very recently. Jake Paul talks about Jesus Christ. You obviously have Apostle Paul, okay, as well, but he's talking about Jesus all of a sudden. And I'm telling you, I believe this fight is all about the Bible. So he's talking heavily about Jesus. So again, it's like this. Their God's Satan, guys. Their God is the devil. It's why they get rewarded in this fallen world, and why somebody like me and the Watchmen are heavily suppressed, because we're children of God. Look, I have 14 likes for this. If Logan Paul was going live now, he'd already have like 100,000 likes, right? Before he's even opened his mouth. And this is what you have to deal with as a child of God. Like the suppression, the just being demonetized. But again, when we're in heaven, guys, we don't need YouTube. All right? We don't need money.
Nope.
God will provide everything that we need. He's going to wipe away every tear. There'll be no more corruption, wickedness, no more Netflix. All right? No more having to expose darkness, because all we'll know is light. And the light will be Jesus, and He is the light. So again, we live in a fallen, corrupt world. Why? Because the God of this world is fallen and corrupt and evil, Satan. So let's look at this. The heavyweight clash between former champion Anthony Joshua and polarizing star Jake Paul is set to be one of the biggest boxing events of the year. Shows you how much boxing's fallen, by the way. With millions tuning in to see if the problem child can take down one of the best heavyweights of his generation. Now, here's where I'm going to get the Watchmen involved, right? It's this guy, I love him a bit. Thank you, God, for bringing him in my life. They call him the problem child, yeah?
They do.
Well, who was the first problem child, Watchman?
I believe that would be the first boys ever born that were brothers, but I don't think they were blood brothers. I think they were fraternal brothers. Interesting that all the fraternities call themselves brothers, but they're not really blood brothers. But
yeah, and your boy Jake Paul is honoring Hulk Hogan in the fight. Let me tell you something, brother.
And that's also tying to his brother being in the WWE.
Exactly.
Cain. You're talking about Cain, the first problem child, because who committed the first sin on the earth?
Cain, and the first murder,
and technically way, Adam and Eve. Okay, the first murder.
Going back to WWE, who was the Undertaker's brother? Cain.
Wow.
Cain and the Undertaker death. So go for it, brother. Just break down Cain a little bit and how Cain was marked. Just
the This will give segue into what we were trying to do today. Satan, I'm telling you guys, does not want us revealing this mark because he's put a mark on everybody's head to bring them to fall. Just like today, somebody will fall, aka they will lose. And Satan knows that he has already lost. That's why the illusions, main thing that he says after every chat, God wins. We have the full story, folks. So it's really important to not get discouraged with like the state of things right now. And it's really important to continue to remember that Satan's in panic mode right now. Like he's not that smart, you guys. We really actually, with all this glorification, with these things like sports and entertainment, we give him way too much power and glory. He's nothing. I believe I'll try to find the verse, but people will look at Satan during judgment and be like, wait, this is the thing that made so many fall, such a small, insignificant thing compared to God. Mm-hmm. He was given a lot of power, but because this is the way you really test, and I don't want to talk about God not, he's faithful, but to really test somebody if they love you, you can't just make them love you. That's not true love. That's like me and my brother Adam, we love each other, but not because because we love the Lord and we've got to know each other. If we never knew each other, got to, test each other in the things that we're doing, saying, and working on, it wouldn't be genuine. And how can you do anything in life if it's not true, genuine? When you're talking to somebody and you just know they're like not being genuine to you.
Yes.
And sometimes we like to lie to people to save them from hurting their feelings. And I get that. Like we intentionally want to love our neighbor and not, but how many of us, somebody's wearing an outfit, how's this look on me? And you're like, it actually doesn't look that great, but you don't tell that in that moment because you love them. But to really love somebody is to tell them the truth, you guys.
That's true.
And that's what hurts people and hurts families and hurts even in the Christian community. The truth really does cut.
It does. Now, going back to Cain and Abel, right? So, Watchman and I, we wholeheartedly believe that Cain was the son of Satan. We're not going to go there. It's too profound.
Yeah, all right. That's so
long. But basically, he was a farmer, right? And he became the first murderer after his offering to God was rejected in favor of his brother Abel's offering, leading to jealousy and violence. There was a history of Logan and Jake being jealous of each other as well. And they were talking about them having an actual boxing match with each other. Punished by God with banishment and as a life as a wanderer in the land of Nod. Now, when I think about Nod, like it's an expression of going to sleep. All right? You're nodding off. That's why I think Jake's getting knocked out tonight. Well, one of the many reasons. So Cain received a protective mark, built the first city, Enoch, which obviously connects to the Nephilim, which makes me think about Anthony Joshua, absolute giant, and fathered descendants like Tubal-Cain, the first metalsmith, illustrating themes of rebellion, sin, and the origins of civilization. So when you look at, we're from the line of Seth, and Seth Rollins is a famous WWE star, and he's got his song "Burn It Down." Okay, it's crazy. So, as I said, it's going to be 8 rounds, and the fight's on 1912. And I said, Revelation 19:12. His eyes were as a flame of fire, and on his head were many crowns, and he had a name written that no man knew but he himself. Right? It's just showing you the power and the glory of Christ. Now, I mentioned I hope this fight wakes people up. I've been saying for 5 years that pro sports are coded and satanic, and they're all connected. They're all connected, and it's not just sports; it's the whole world of entertainment.
Yeah, politics.
It's connected. Exactly. We know Jake Paul, big fan of Donald Trump.
It's in the churches too, you guys. That's why you gotta be careful of who you follow and listen to.
Yep.
Just be very, very careful, okay? Test the spirit. You will know you will know them by their fruit, guys. The Holy Spirit will not let you be deceived.
Absolutely. And remember, Logan Paul actually had Donald Trump on his Impulsive podcast. All right. I don't know how a YouTuber can get hold of Donald Trump.
And what's interesting is the Paul brothers got famous off the short form content Vine.
Yep, just break down the vine with the Bible, brother.
Yeah, and well, it says that, you know, we're from the vine of God, or, you know, like, and a vine also is constricting. When you look at the tree of life and the snake, here, I'll try to find the photo. Everybody's probably already seen it, but he's constricting the tree of life. Satan is right now, because remember, sin came into the world and now it's being constricted. I'm going to share the screen just so you can see. But Christ said that he would protect his true vine, right? And the true vine is his seeds. All right. That's why, you know, this stuff that's going on right now it's interesting with Palestine and all this stuff with the Jews. Like, people are being misled completely because they don't read the Bible. They don't understand what it means to be a Jew in God's eyes. And they don't understand the eternal promise that he gave to Abraham. He said that his seed would spread all among the earth. Okay. And that's what he means by the true vine. You will know them by their true vine. And you also know a tree by its fruit. When you go and pick a grape, you'll never find an orange on the vine. And if you do, something's very wrong.
Yep.
So yes, we need to remember that these people, potentially Jake Paul, all these people that are celebrities, they call it a big club, but I think it's a small club because they're all interbreeding, or as our brother Raymond saying in the chat, inverted. And they're wicked, you guys. Like, they just do things that are so wicked that I almost can't believe that a human can stoop down to be so evil, you know. And I've done some bad stuff.
And don't be shocked to see Jake Paul stick his tongue out numerous times, and Logan, especially at the entrance. They have the serpent bloodline, guys. They are the children of Satan.
Look, see, the tree of life was meant for us, because remember, in the end time, or after judgment, we will get to eat from the tree of life, or the flowing river from God, right? Whatever that means. But right now it's being constricted. All right, where death still is prevalent in life. That's why it's the ultimate truth teller. Doesn't matter what we say today or what we believe, because ultimately we're basing what we know off of faith. But this is the ultimate truth, is death. And it's not fun to talk about it, but it's just the reality. We're all going to die. And even if you're saved through the Spirit, that's why you have to be reborn. The constriction is still on us. Even today, all this constriction that we felt trying to even just get here and stream.
The wages of sin is death, but the gift of eternal life is through Christ.
So as you can see, one more thing, as we say about Cain that I had brought up. Again, I go to, like, so what's amazing about me, I use the Strongs, and Illusion has all these other things. I looked up the word Cain. It's 70 Hebrew word 7014, a city in Judah. But look, do you see that word gayin?
Wow. Yeah.
Like gay, inverted, the name of the first child, also the name in Palestine, where's all this like conflict and things arising from today. And today's a biblical fight. What's the biblical fight happening in the Middle East? Palestine versus Israel. Okay. And then when you click on that word, the root word, it means a spear. What did they pierce Jesus with, the Roman soldiers, to make sure he was dead?
And Roman Reigns' finishing move is the spear.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
Dude, striking fast. What strikes fast if you walk by it?
Go on.
A snake.
Yeah.
Even if you don't bother it, if you walk by a snake, that's why I don't like them. And no, you know, I don't know why people are obsessed with snakes. That, you know, venomous or not, they're just nasty, ugly, and they're very unpredictable. Like they don't care. They are ready to fight. They're not like
what the Bible says. They're subtle and crafty.
Exactly. And so then look at that 6969 inversion. When you click on the word gun, it almost looks like gun. It says coon, which is weird, but a chant. What is everyone going to do tonight at the fight? They'll chant.
Yeah, that's so true.
It's so crazy. 6969, you know, inversion, the 9 and 6, you know, it's an inversion. So as we're talking about Cain, see, even God is revealing through his Strongs, through dictionary words, of what is going on. And it's like these people know it. It's because Satan knows the Bible, you guys. That's something I think Christians really forget. He knows the Bible, and all of his little minions probably know it just as well too, but they're inverting it. They're twisting it.
Yeah, that's true. And if you're talking about inverting, just go to my screen now with the Jake Paul.
Oh, dude. Yep. You take the floor, brother.
Yeah. Can you see it? Or do I have to?
Got it up for you.
Yeah. So look, and Jake Paul, all the makeup. Again, I've been talking about the invert stuff for years. I got harassed. I got death threats for calling out some of these celebrities. But then look what we're saying. But what we have now, right, is Jake saying it's all AI and and deep fakes. But what I believe is some of it is him and some of it is deep fakes. I think that's the reality we're going to live going forward, is that some of the stuff you're going to see is going to be legitimate, but they're going to tell you it's deep fake. And this is just, again, an example of us living in the final days. But Jake Paul is so heavily connected to AI, right? And I'm going to show you why later, why Joshua defeated AI in the Bible, right? And you'll see why he's being used for this. And it's interesting, like I said, his initials are JP, which gets me thinking of JP Morgan. And today's date is 1912, and the Titanic sank in 1912, which many connect to JP Morgan. And obviously the monetary system. So the Federal Reserve.
Made me think of Jesus pierced too. Jesus was pierced.
Yeah, there's that as well. So there's a lot going on here. Here he is in a dress and stuff, and here. But let me break this down. So I'll just go into the basic storyline of this boxing match. Joshua, right? 28-4, 25 knockouts. He's a former two-time unified heavyweight champion, an Olympic gold medalist in the golden age. And remember, Jake Paul's nickname is the Golden Rooster, right? So he's one of the biggest names in boxing. His return into the ring after a knockout loss to Daniel Dubois last year and subsequent elbow surgery, and I already connected Daniel to the book of Daniel, okay, which is a prophetic book. Despite the layoff, Joshua enters the fight as the significant betting favourite, looking to quickly dispatch the controversial star and prove he is still an elite contender. I don't believe by knocking out Jake Paul reveals himself to be an elite contender. Do you know what I mean? But that's what they're telling you.
I would be kind of disgraced to have this on my record, especially like you said, he's an Olympian.
No, he's an Olympian gold medalist. He's not just somebody who represented his country at the Olympics.
That's major.
He won the gold medal. He's heavyweight. He's been heavyweight champion multiple times. Unified heavyweight champion, by the way.
This is like the biggest and baddest men on the earth, supposedly, and he's fighting a Disney guy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, your boy.
It's kind of sad. Like you said, look how far boxing is falling off. Because, dude, if this would have gone on during Muhammad Ali's life, Muhammad Ali would have been like, "Oh, I'm going to fight this nobody from TV or whatever." Everyone was like, "What are you doing, Muhammad?"
Well, during Ali, you didn't have your Netflix and things like that. You didn't have social media, which has changed everything. But I remember growing up in the 90s, like you had Tyson against
George Foreman.
Yeah, legit heavyweight boxers, and now like
I honestly stopped watching heavyweight boxing fights after Lennox Lewis.
Yeah.
That was when I felt like it was like no longer the same.
Yeah, but anyways, looking at that, you're like, okay, this should be over and quickly. But we live in a satanic, fallen, corrupt world where demons have more of a say than the flesh, which the Bible says that we don't wrestle flesh and blood, but spiritual wickedness and principalities. So if Jake's made a deal with the devil, then of course he can defeat Joshua. Do I think he will? No, but I do believe that you can make these type of deals. I think they've already made many to get to where they are, because they're incredibly famous. And it's not just one of them. Like I said, it's brothers. It's brothers. So Paul comes in 12-1, 7 knockouts. And do you know what's interesting about this record, right? Can you see the 12 and then the 17 there? 12, 17. Can you see it?
Yeah.
So that's Pope Francis's birthday, right?
Wow.
But on top of that, today's fight is 12 days left in the year, and Paul was born the 17th day of the year. So you've got the fact that he's fighting with 12 days left, and he was born the 17th day because his birthday is January the 17th. So this is his most significant risk of his boxing career. He's moving up to heavyweight to face his first legitimate, active, and credentialed professional boxer. So this is crucial that Jake wasn't a heavyweight. He's actually going up, right? Because perhaps people at his own weight, too easy for him. So he's stepping it up to heavyweight.
Seems dangerous because I'm a pretty big guy. Like if people don't know, I'm 6'4", 270 pounds. There's a reason that I wouldn't fight lightweights. Like I'm actually, if this was legit, I would be legitimately scared for Jake's like health.
That's why Joshua said that as a heavyweight boxer, you have the license to kill.
You have to register your hands as like deadly weapons. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, no, for sure. And we were talking about Rocky in the stream that got cut off, and
so that alone should like make people wonder like this shouldn't even be allowed because like it's gonna get ugly if it was really real.
Yeah. If it was real, it shouldn't be allowed.
No, it shouldn't be allowed. It shouldn't even be a thing.
I know, but again, it's a circus. So this is basically the biggest fight of his career. Obviously, Joshua's had fights like for the Olympic gold medal, for the unified heavyweight championship. This is not the biggest fight of his career, but it's the biggest for Paul. And they're calling it Judgment Day. They're calling it Judgment Day. Now, in the Bible, what is Judgment Day? It's when Jesus Christ is going to come, he's going to judge the living and the dead righteously. All those who accepted him will look forward to eternal life in the kingdom of heaven. All those who denied him or suppressed the truth in unrighteousness, they will spend eternity in the lake of fire and they'll perish and they'll be eternally separated from the love of God. So, again, the most famous match of Jake's career was absolutely against Mike Tyson, which he won on points, which I coded. And he's also faced former MMA stars. And he says here he's hoping to leverage his speed, power, and high ring IQ to overcome the massive size and experience disparity against Joshua, looking to shock the world in one of the biggest events in combat sports history. The fact that this is one of the biggest events just shows you, again, just what a broken world we live in. And they're talking about Paul's speed. Guys, you have no idea how fast Joshua is, his hands. Do you know what I mean? They're acting like Joshua can't move. He can. All right? He's quick. He's powerful. He's more experienced. He's a legit champion. But they're still trying to talk up Jake Paul like he has a chance. Because the media's run by the devil. All right? And the only way Paul wins this if there's black magic involved. I'm riding Joshua. I'm going to tell you why. Everybody hit the like. Earlier, I had so many people watching and it was flowing and it was incredible. And now there's 35 watching. It was going so well until they cut me off. All right. So the guys watching, please like it and support in any way you can. Thank you. So Joshua, I like to look into their names. All right. What do their names represent? Is there biblical connotation to their names? And when it comes to Joshua, guys, there's a lot. There's a lot. First of all, Anthony. Anthony comes from the Latin family name Antonius, right? Meaning priceless, highly praiseworthy, or flourishing. Now, do you know what's priceless? Salvation. Right? Who's worthy of all the praise? Jesus. So he's got the Anthony in his name, but it's the Joshua that caught my attention. Why? Because it's one of my favorite books. So Joshua in the Bible was Moses' faithful successor, a courageous military leader who guided the Israelites into the promised land, Canaan, after the Exodus. Known for conquering cities like Jericho, who, by the way, is a world-famous wrestler, dividing the land among the tribes, and teaching unwavering obedience to God, all detailed in the Old Testament book named after him, which is the 6th book. That's why I'm saying if Joshua knocks him out in the 6th round, my word. His name, meaning Yahweh is salvation, reflects his mission to deliver God's people into their inheritance. So again, deeply profound when it comes to the name Joshua, when it literally means Yahweh is salvation. Yahweh is God. All right? Jesus is God. That's why he is the way, the truth, and the life, the only way to the Father. He is our Savior. Right? So in the biblical book of Joshua, where the Israelite leader Joshua, following God's instructions, led his people to conquer and utterly destroy the Canaanite city of Ai, which is pronounced I, like the eye of providence. I think that Jake Paul is going to get his eye closed as well. Give me a woo in the chat. I believe Jake Paul will get his eye closed. And it connects to the AI and the pronunciation. And AI was obviously a city in the Bible which Joshua, utterly destroyed. This is the narrative that I see, that Joshua utterly destroys Jake Paul. All right? That's what I'm thinking, that he's going to destroy him. And he should. As I've said, he should. So burning it to the ground and leaving it in a permanent ruin, enacting divine judgment against its inhabitants. This victory, achieved through a clever ambush after initial setback, established Israel's presence in Canaan and demonstrated God's faithfulness and judgment. Now, I don't know if Joshua's going to have a setback. I don't see it. I don't know. Maybe Jake comes out and he hits him with a few punches. And it's like, what's going on here? And then just he smiles and goes, what is going on here? I'm just going to knock this guy out. You're from Providence, Raymond. Crazy stuff. God bless you.
Look at the photo, as you said, about his eye getting pierced or going down. Look at Jake Paul's tattoos, as we were going to talk about them today. These mean something to them when they put that on their body.
Yeah, go for it. You break down some of his tattoos.
Well, it was relatable. You said he's going to lose an eye, or his eye's going to be like, this is going to hurt his ego, but this is his role. He's got to be on top of the world stage. But see, the sword divides. Today's where he'll be divided, and people say, finally something real. Maybe they're going to try to promote that. Look, see, Jake's not rigged to just win every fight. He went up against a legit boxer and actually lost. So see, he's just been choosing to fight these people that are, like Mike Tyson. We know he would have never lost, or Mike Tyson would have never lost prime Mike. Mike.
Well, honestly, the Mike Tyson who took him on not long ago, Tyson could have knocked out Jake Paul 4 or 5 times. And I
was going to say, and you could see Tyson holding back, like even in that fight.
He could have knocked him out multiple times.
It's kind of like with Tom Brady and Phillip Rivers right now. You never lose what you once did. I mean, look at you playing soccer. It's still a high level. Yeah. Does your body, is it able to recover or, not be as endurance because you get older? That's just natural. But you never lose your talent. You know what I mean? So it would be interesting. It's just crazy to think that, Joshua is in his prime, and if it even lasts for a few rounds, it's just like you're not going full tilt.
Yeah, it should be over in less than 30
seconds. It's interesting with his tattoos here. He's got the tribal tattoos, brotherhood, that relates to paganism and the occult. These tribal tattoos. Like I said, we had a big thing on tattoos today because you don't just get tattoos. They're a marking on your body. There's something you want the world to see. There's something you want to project onto people, especially the way he's got him positioned. He's got the eye on the sword. Who's the sword? Or what's the sword, brother?
The word of God.
The word of God. Okay. So see, and then he's got the demonic skull with the squid. What's the #1 show on Netflix? Speaking of the Squid Games. All right. You see, and who was the one that we were just talking about? Cain and his seed on earth. Look at his other tattoo on his shoulder.
But you've got Cain as well, and I told you AI is an ancient Canaanite city.
The snake is on it with like a skull swallowing the world, constricting the world. And then he's got a spider tattoo. Spiders are deadly and venomous. And just above his eye there, maybe that's the eye that will get cut or be punched out, is the one with the star above it. He's got a little tiny star. You see that these people want to be the stars of God.
Yeah, and it connects to the Star of David, and we're talking about David and Goliath and all of
Abraham,
that.
as we were talking earlier, Abraham's seed, the promise was that you would have more children on the earth than stars in the sky. Like, look at the sky, guys. That's a lot of seeds. So see that he's even got the tattoos to show like he's part of this script. I mean, the grenade, that means war, and it's like a heart.
Yeah, that's so true. Now, thank you for that.
Yeah, sorry. You said the eye, and it's just like he's got the tats on him, you guys. Like, you don't just get tattoos. Like I said, we'll probably, hopefully, maybe tomorrow we got to reschedule and figure it out. But we're going to show you that tattoos, especially this explosion with them in this modern world, like it's absolutely insane how ancient it is and how related it is to what we believe is the mark of the beast. Because when you break it down, it's
Yeah,
going to be some type of digital thing that like is imprinted on your body. I do believe that.
I agree with that. I can't wait tonight. I am 100% going out for dinner tonight. I've cancelled my coaching. After today, these setbacks, I am buzzing to go out for food. I'm turning my phone off, but we're going to finish this stream off. I want to talk about AI in the Bible. Now, I've got a book about AI in regards to artificial intelligence. All right, it's quite clear that AI is going to be used to bring about the beast system. It's so clear. Okay, I've told you how they're using Jake Paul with AI with all these deep fakes where he's wearing makeup. Okay, but AI was an ancient Canaanite city, and it means heap of ruins. That's why I think Jake Paul is going to be left in the ring in a heap of ruins. It's not going to be. It's not going to be Joshua, is it? There's no way you're going to see Joshua down, knocked out. That would be too much.
If they do that,
if they did that, it's like, okay,
they're trying to break. Yeah, if they do that, they're trying to. It almost feels like even with this sports betting stuff that they're investigating, it's almost like they're trying to break the circus now because they need to make something new. You can't keep having the old way if you're trying to bring in a new way. So if Joshua goes down, everyone should just understand this is completely.
Well, it backs up my work for 5 years.
It does. No, I mean, it backs up everything we've been saying and trying to tell people, but yeah, that should not happen tonight at all.
Correct. So this appears in Genesis, and Joshua as a location where Abraham camped and where Israel suffered an initial defeat before later conquering it. So again, it was in Canaan, and it literally means heap of ruins. And Abraham, we were talking about the seed of Abraham, he built an altar between Bethel and Ai. So after Jericho, the Israelites' first attempt to take Ai resulted in defeat due to Achan's sin, taking forbidden plunder from Jericho. But then God granted Joshua victory. So I'm telling you, if Joshua wins this and thanks God, do you know what I mean? If he thanks God for his victory, when in the Bible God granted Joshua victory over Ai in a later battle by using an ambush. Now, the Jericho brings us back to WWE again, because you got Chris Jericho, Christopher, right? He's got the 11-9 birthday, or in reverse 9/11, and he was called the Corazon de Leon, which means Lionheart, Jesus the Lion of Judah. And Jericho is in a band called Fozzy, and one of their most famous songs is Judas. Right? So this is another inverted performer. Look how short his arms are. And he's like won everything in wrestling. And he's still going now. But you're starting to see what's happening to...
I would have never believed that a woman could get like so muscular and big, but I was actually watching. Do you remember when The Rock had that Titans game show? The Rock?
Yes. Yeah.
There was a girl that went on that was talking about how she had transitioned. This chick was so buff, and I was like, if she wouldn't have told her story on this Titan show, this is when I really started to believe that, oh my gosh, they can like make these people look really crazy, because it's almost hard to believe. I get sometimes when people say, oh, this is just too much, like that's a stretch. I have people that I even knew as a kid that have transitioned, and if I would never known that as a kid that was a girl, I would totally have been like, oh yeah, that's a dude.
No, yeah, I've seen through it all now.
Yeah, it's just you guys have to have the spiritual eyes to see. That's what I like. My theme is putting the glasses on. Like you have to see through the Matrix, and every time you watch the Matrix, or if you haven't watched it recently, before Neo wakes up, he doesn't wear glasses, and then every time they go into the Matrix, they wear the glasses.
Yep,
It's just
absolutely.
it's just time to accept that they can do some really crazy stuff, and I truly believe they have at least 50, probably longer or more, 50 to 100 years advanced civilization like technology than what we see today. It's just a marketing scheme at this point.
Mm-hmm. Bang on.
Sorry, just because it's hard to believe. It's hard to believe. I get some people watch this and go, I can't attach that. But go look up the Rocks Titan games, and they had a transgender on there. This chick was buff. It was it was crazy to me.
Have you seen The Rock's daughter?
Oh yeah, Brock Lesnar's daughter too. Oh boy.
Yeah, Rock's daughter's a man.
Oh boy.
A man, just like Brock's. All right, this is what they do. They're inverted. I've read a lot about you have an option of either sacrificing your child or making them inverted. It makes so much sense. Look,
Or they're fallen angels, and they can.
all the
It's
fallen angels, yeah.
it's. We're not gonna say it's this, that, or another, but the
Yeah, we
fact
don't know.
it's just the fact that it is happening and people are totally unaware. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Have you ever?
Yeah,
Have you,
like, it says it all.
oh my gosh!
It says it all.
Look at the shoulders on that. I mean, and he's a big guy. I mean, my daughter's really tall, but she looks very feminine. You know, like my two daughters, they're big kids because I'm a big
there's
guy.
nothing wrong with tall girls.
No, yeah, nothing wrong at all. My little sister, she's 6 foot. I mean, people think she's a giant. You know, you see a woman that's 6 foot.
It so often comes back, guys, to WWE because it's one of the most satanic industries there is. Remember, Vince McMahon defeated God in a match. He defeated God. And Judgment Day is a faction in WWE called Judgment Day. This Joshua fight against Jake is called Judgment Day.
I just could never get into it because I knew it was fake, bro. Like and that's what's crazy how it got so big. Like people know it's fake. Like the other sports, like football, it's hard to think that they can rig football because of less, the nature of the game. But
what about that? Yeah, because it's spiritual wickedness.
That's right.
That's why sports are a game of possession.
Very, very true, brother.
But look, Terminator 2, Judgment Day. What's Terminator? AI. And I'm bringing it all back. And then Arnold Schwarzenegger was the governor of California, City of Angels. All right.
They had 9/11 predictive programming in that too.
Absolutely. And then obviously it's from Austria, which is where Hitler was born. Now we've got all the war themes. Everything connects. But look at this. When John, Sarah's 10-year-old son, is attacked by T-10,000, 1,000, just know 1,000 is 10 times 10 times 10. A new robot created by Skynet. Remember, we have Sky Sports and Sky News.
The Cloud.
Humanity. Terminator takes it upon himself to fight T-1000 to save John and the human race. Thank you so much, Dave. Thank you very much.
God
again, the Judgment Day. Let me just show you them in WWE.
And it's funny how, like, in the Terminator, they made Sarah Connor look so crazy for knowing what she knew. Like, they wanted to, and that's what people think about me, or like the illusion, like, you guys are mental. And it's like, sorry, we've seen too much.
They said, oh my word, there's an image here, bro. Like, it used to be a pay-per-view called Judgment Day, and this is Kane surrounded by fire. Kane.
Oh, the Ring of Fire.
Yeah, well, the Lake of Fire. And remember, his brother was the Undertaker.
I fell into a burning ring.
And the Undertaker, who plays the Undertaker? Mark Calloway. Mark of the Beast. But this is the modern day Judgment Day.
Wow. I mean, they had the freaking thing called World Order too in wrestling.
Damian Priest, the priest. But Finn Balor, his alter ego is legit called the Demon. Let me just show you that. Like, he's literally called the Demon. Little Irish guy.
Jeez.
And I think he's like he would compete with like the Beast, Brock Lesnar, and stuff like that. But look, he would become an alter ego, right? And he was pretty much like
Wow, that's scary.
95% of the time he would win when he became. Look, Finn Balor. Look at the wording, guys. This is from WWE. Finn Balor unleashes the demon. So somebody like Jake, he's demonically possessed. It's not him fighting. So again, everything is to just try and mock God. Guys, please hit the like button. Come on. Man, come on. All of you watching.
We need people that are going to watch this fight tonight and are still under delusion to hopefully come across this video. And the only way it gets pushed, guys, is by
this stream
liking.
could save people, guys, and lead them to Christ. It's that important, what we share in here.
We need to get people off the fence. There's a lot of people on the fence and they just need a push. So just please do that for us, guys. That's why we ask.
Yeah, and I know like it's probably not even updating because it does that to me, and I've witnessed it. I've been live with people in my house, and I've told them to hit the like button, and it didn't go up. I proved my point, but still, I'm gonna keep asking. But remember, as I told you, when David defeated Goliath, the only way he was able to do it is because he was protected by God. All right. Now, the only way that Jake Paul can keep winning these fights is because he's possessed. All right? It's not him. They're going to show you him training and sparring. All right? And do you know the crazy stuff about this, bro? They'll show him like eating McDonald's and cake and just like messing around and then thinking that he can go and compete with Joshua and stuff like that. It's crazy. But when you do see him sparring and he looks fast and you're like, whoa, man, he's actually pretty talented. It's not him. It's not him. Okay? There are demons within these individuals. Messi, all the talent Messi has, it's supernatural. Okay? It's not just some young lad from Argentina who's been gifted by God. It's not. But anyways, let me go back into this with Joshua, right?
The Monstars from Space Jam, remember? They take the powers.
Yep, they do. They possess the player. But I've told you with Space Jam, they twist it.
Yes.
Because what the demons do in Space Jam, they take the human talent.
Exactly.
But in reality, it's the humans that get their talent from the demons.
The Monstars.
Yeah, exactly. So it's just, again, that's why I think Jake Paul's coming out in a Monster energy drink car, like sponsored by Monster, which is 666 in Hebrew.
They're telling you guys, this is like Looney Tunes, the Toon Squad.
Man, if you have any level of discernment, right, you can see through all of this, just even a little bit. We have an immense amount, but just a little bit. But it's amazing, like whatever happens, I think Jake Paul comes out of this and all tomorrow, they're going to praise him. Remember, Jesus deserves all the glory, all the praise. They're going to praise him whether he competes, if he somehow wins, even if he gets knocked out early. He's going to get so much praise tomorrow, is Jake Paul. And a crazy amount of money. And he does love money, he's made that clear. But I've told you, it's the US against... You know what we should do now? Let me go on Jake Paul's Twitter.
I wanted to ask you too, because it's ties in. I don't want to disrupt the stream, but have you ever heard of the movie Logan's Run?
No, you can talk about it now if you want.
Okay, well, if you have something, just because Jake Paul, this biblical stuff, the dystopian stuff, if you've never seen the film Logan's Run, do just a quick share before I'm going to have to go soon. So you can finish up whatever you do after I share this, and then I'll let you have.
Yeah, I'll just give a shout out to Cody. My brother Cody's in the chat.
Yeah, there's been some great comments in the people that are here in this chat usually know what's going on, but that's why we need you to share the videos or tell your friends and family that are still like entertaining the illusion. Like, you know how many people are getting wasted right now to like watch this fight? Like, oh, I can't wait to watch this fight. I put so much money on it. Like, we need to shake those people awake and be like, stop it.
Yeah, I got invited to go watch it. I politely declined.
Yeah,
Yeah, he was asking me about the David and Goliath movie. Yeah, we've mentioned it. The movie is actually called David. and it came out today. It's animated, um, but they're
So
calling it David. So yeah, again,
this is
that's
all it's all connected, you guys. Like we said, even Logan Paul, his name is Logan, okay? And this is a 1976 film. All right, here I got it up. You can go do some research on it here in a sec. Whoa, that just brought up this is Metropolis. I don't know why I just clicked on science fiction. That image that came up is from the movie Metropolis, which is like a 40s movie about AI and man mixing with machine and becoming a robot. And they literally talk
Metropolis.
about the Tower of Babel and Moloch. Look at that.
That's incredible. Before you keep going, guys, can you all subscribe to Decoding with Cody's channel and also
Yeah,
follow the
great channel.
Watchman on Instagram as well? And Sirius is an amazing guy, Coda. Go check him out on Twitter. A lot of incredible people.
So we believe this fight is leading to the beast system and the whole David Goliath. Because remember that was a bet. That's what's kind of interesting about this being a David and Goliath fight. The Philistines, they were like, whoever wins this war gets like all of it. Like this is a man versus man. Like it wasn't, like everybody's got to go in the ring and like whoever comes out with the most men wins. That's usually how war goes. This particular fight with David and Goliath, they called out their best, and then everybody was afraid. And so with this movie Logan's Run, it ties into this kind of like beast system because, all right, it's a 1976 film directed by Michael Anderson, Michael, the Archangel of God.
Today has 76 date numerology pure and has the exact same date numerology as the day Hulk Hogan died.
And Anderson, who's Mr. Anderson in The Matrix? Neo, Mr. Anderson. And it's starring Michael York. All right, there's more Michael. All right, all the names, screenplay by David. There it is, the David and Goliath were collected. So it depicts a future society upon the surface of a utopia, which soon is revealed as a dystopia in which the population and consumption of resources are maintained in equilibrium by killing everyone who reaches the age of 30. The story follows the actions of Logan 5, a Sandman. Now, I know Adam has somebody that is named Sandman in WWE. He knows WWE and this stuff and these names way more than me. There's just a Netflix movie that just came out about the Sandman, though. Twisted show to show your children. I'll tell you what, I won't let my kids watch it. I mean, you do what you want, but they're just trying to deceive you guys with this. But the Sandman terminates others who attempt to escape death, and now he's faced because he finds out that this is a dystopian society that's killing people, and they make it seem like, oh yeah, you're getting chosen, yay, hooray, kind of like the Hunger Games, which Trump just literally said he's going to have the Patriot Games where he has 2 kids from every state compete in these games.
Yeah, I also want to tell you as well in regards to the sand, don't forget the Bondi Beach shooting was on the anniversary of Sandy Hook shooting. Sand Beach.
Wow, this is what's amazing about us. Like our minds are working. Like I said, Logan's Run, he's never even heard of it. Look at all the connections that it's making. Dystopian film. They're introduced to the carousel, which is just the merry-go-round. Isn't that what you put your little kids on to keep them entertained? Just a circle. That's what this stuff with this entertainment and all these celebrities, they just got people going in a circle thinking, oh yeah, I'm seeing something new. Oh yeah, it's all new. You guys, nothing new under the sun. All right. So we got to hop off the carousel because it's just literally leading to people's destruction. But anyway, yeah, look, it's a dystopian film. His brother Logan Paul, you'll be renewed, or upon your last days, you get to enter into the year is 2274. And they're under a bunch of geodesic domes, you know what I mean? And we're talking about Earth and so I don't even want to get into that, but you see how like they're just projecting all this stuff through multiple layers of what we say the Matrix, because that's what it is. It's layers, and it doesn't mean that you need to know everything. It just, once you have the eyes to see, like Adam and I, and like many of you in the chat, it's hard to not just kind of. It's not depression. It's hard to, like you said. So many people are excited for this fight tonight, and me and Adam are just like, well, it's going to happen, and something's going to happen, but there's just no excitement because we just know it's not. It shouldn't even be happening.
Yeah,
So even with how did Logan get to just be this WWE star, especially after what he did in Japan? He went to a Japanese place where a bunch of people commit suicide and live streamed it, and that almost got him canceled. And then all of a sudden, it just no longer anybody cares about doing something really wicked and demonic. as a
Japan's
joke.
big with wrestling as well, like AJ Styles, Cody Rhodes. A lot of them go out to Japan. Hulk Hogan went out to
Oh,
Japan.
really?
Yeah, Japan's
Interesting.
massive when it comes to
Oh, I guess because of
wrestling.
sumo wrestling and stuff. Yeah.
No, like legit, like wrestling entertainment. Like
Oh,
they,
wow.
they just, it's a little bit different. Like the fans in Japan, they're not like in Europe and the US where they're really animated. They watch it as like a spectacle. Like you'll very rarely hear them even applaud. It's like they're almost watching silence.
Like a fashion show almost, where people just sit
Yeah,
there and watch.
almost that
Hmm.
quiet. Yeah,
Wow.
and some of the greatest ever wrestlers they go to Japan. I'm just gonna read some out. My brother
Yeah, no,
Bill.
go ahead. I'm gonna have to go soon. Thanks for letting me, just like I said, be on the stream today. I hope that we'll talk obviously after you get off and try to find a date. We have a massive stream with tattoos, the Mark Lease. This will all tie in today, and hey, we'll get to talk about maybe the fight tomorrow and what all happened, and even tie it in even more because showed you the tats, the, showed you the few connections between the brothers, the brotherhood, the demonic names. I mean, at this point, like I said, it's almost just blatantly obvious. I feel like that's what this fight will show tonight, hopefully, to a lot of people, is that it's blatantly rigged or obvious that it's scripted. Like, not, it's not just two guys, all right, I'm stronger than you fighting. If you still think that about things, like, I'm sorry, it's time to wake up, Neo.
Yeah, exactly. I'll let
God
you
bless
go
you
then.
all. God bless you all. I love you. I love you all. And thank you, brother. I'm going to let you just take the floor and I'm going to hop off. I'm glad that we got this working though, because it was very frustrated. It's very
Oh yeah,
frustrating. We put a lot of work into to these streams. I've been putting together that presentation for the last 3 days. Yesterday my power goes out. Today I get an email from the service that we use to be able to stream through this. They say, "Oh, our entire server was attacked today by something, one of our partners, and we were able to isolate all the problems quickly so that most people weren't affected. Only a few small streams were affected still."
brother. You
AKA
need to
me
tell
and the illusion. We didn't get a stream today because we were affected by this attack on the system.
You have to tell them that the guy who responded was called.
Oh yeah, his name, the guy that responded to our freaking email. Here, I'm just gonna bring it up. Well, I did I have a picture? I don't think I have a picture, but his name was Roman.
Roman Reigns.
Yeah, Roman literally texted me the support for this stuff that we use and said, "I'm very sorry," because my brother here, if you guys want to just know some little details before I leave, how much work Adam puts in, I see, because we're collaborators on this service. So everything that Adam does, I can see, even if I'm not involved with what Adam's doing every day. He's streamed since I've started, and me and him have worked together. He has streamed over 430 hours. 430 hours. Just think about that for a second, okay? 430 hours of his life, including with me sometimes. I don't stream nearly as much because I got 3 kids, under 5, under 4. My son is 4. So he knows I'm busy, but this guy is sacrificed. So that's why, please like the video, share the video. You know, all glory to God for what we
My
do.
back right now, bro. My back.
Yeah, and it's not easy to just sit here in a chair and talk for 3 hours. You know, a lot of people, this is why they don't stream, is because you're talking to a screen or not like really talking to people. It is kind of a trippy concept, which, you know, all of us humans are involved in. Sorry, little rant there, but seriously, you guys, please like, share. We hope to bring you this really, like, it's going to be life changing. And if you know people that are still, like I said, stuck in the matrix, please, we'll share the links and we'll get it set up. And hopefully it doesn't work, have issues again. So please pray for us. That's all I ever ask for is prayers, you guys. Please pray for us.
Cheers, brother.
Love you guys. Peace out.
Take care. Bye.
God bless you too.
Bye. Right. So yeah, that was deeply profound. I'll keep going a little bit longer. I'm going to stop sharing this screen. I'll share mine. So yeah, I want to show you this. Give me a second. So I've already covered this, but with Jake Paul and Hulk Hogan. Mark, thank you very, very much. That means so much. Thank you. I said tonight, I'm going to go out for food. I've cancelled my coaching tomorrow because I strained my groin playing those 5 games. I got 5 goals over 5 games. 55. Crazy. Thank you so much, mate. I greatly appreciate that. Today's birthday of Jake Linerhall is Jake Paul. Paul is nicknamed the Rooster. Rooster wakes up people. Jake Donnie gets told to wake up in Donnie Darko. Decoded with Cody, brilliant. I keep saying this fight's going to wake people up. Cody, I love what you do, brother. But can you all see my Hulk Hogan screen? Oh no, I need to read Dave's comment out. It was brilliant. Where is it? A book of Logan's Run was published by Brown Watson. Brown used shooting recently. Reiner slash like Nicole Brown slashing. It's crazy. And then Sirius said the shooter from the Bondi shooting lived in Brown Road. It's just mad. It's mad. In the movie Logan, Wolverine dies in a forest and Logan Paul filmed a dead body in a Japanese forest. There's also a Wolverine movie where Logan travels to Japan. Wow, guys, can we give a woo for Agent D? Yeah, Logan with Wolverine, X-Men. There's a lot of X-Men in Hollywood. Can somebody give me a woo? Guys, Watchman's in the chat. Please give him a thank you. But anyways, let me show you this. Look, Jake Paul killed an alligator himself for his wild Hulk Hogan inspired look to fight Anthony Joshua. All right, but I told you that it was a 12-foot alligator, and Jake Paul can stay on 12 wins with 12 days left in the year. We'll get into the 12s with the Bible. But there he is, Hulkamania. I told you how Hulk Hogan wrestled in Japan. Right? But look at this. The real American Hulk Hogan. Look when Hogan died. July the 24th, 2025, right? So that's 21 weeks, 1 day ago, 2-1-1. 47th prime, Trump, 47th president. Both Hogan and Jake Paul voted for Trump, praised Trump. But I want to show you this. I don't know if anyone's caught this. This fight tonight where Jake Paul is honoring Hulk Hogan, right? As you can see it here. The red and the yellow connects to the USSR with Russia. But look at this. The fight tonight has the exact same date numerology as when Hulk Hogan died. Can you all give me a woo if you see this? Yeah, Mark, thank you so much. Hogan died on the exact same date numerology as this fight, and now Logan Paul is honoring Hulk Hogan. Guys, date numerology is massive. Something I value more than gematria. The date numerology, the date durations. I value it a lot more than the gematrinator. Although I do appreciate the gematrinator, which I've not used so far in the stream. But this stuff's crazy. You can see it for yourself. It's like when you show people this stuff, they can't deny that. They might say, well, what does that even mean? But it's there. Those numbers are there. Those numbers are there. So it's crazy. And remember, Logan's in WWE, and he was there, signed with them the year Hogan died. Okay? There's a lot of sacrifice that goes into this. And Hogan's death, it was like sudden. And look, like Joshua's 6'6". He's 36. 6 times 6. 66 books in the Bible. And look, they're calling it Judgment Day. There's so many signs that we're at the end. But go watch Cody's work about John Cena. I've done similar work as Cody with that. But the last time is now. And he got tapped out by Gunther, who's from Austria, where Hitler was born. Okay? Cena, 17-time champion. Revelation 17, the fall of Babylon. I believe Jake Paul falls here. Symbolize the fall of the US and the economy, because obviously he's obsessed with money. And I also told you that today's date is 1912. And when did the Titanic sink? Can you see it, guys? That's my birthday, by the way. But it got hit on that day and it like officially sank the 15th. But 1912, like this day. Just the collapse, all right? And that's what we're witnessing. That's what I see. I believe somebody collapses to the floor tonight. And I don't see how it can possibly be Joshua unless he has a heart attack or something ridiculous. Continue to hit the like button, please. But look, a collision with an iceberg. And Jake Paul's going to have a collision with an absolute man mountain. Let's look at some images of Anthony Joshua. All right, look at the size of this man. Right? And you get some guys who are big lads, but they can't fight. I know a few. But when you're that size and you can fight, look, they're calling him the greatest. The size difference. I've talked about these necklaces, how it connects to voodoo. I've talked about that. It protects them. And look at that, the watches, the necklaces and all of this. But this guy, honestly, I remember, yeah, he had that with the Ukrainian, didn't he? The Ukraine. The UK reign. But the size of this man, always point the finger. I've shown this time and time again. And like this image, he's sticking his belly out. Do you know what he reminds me of, Jake Paul, right now? What's it called? What's it called? The Hangover, right? He reminds me of this guy. Can somebody give me a woo? That's what he reminds me of. Him. Look at him there. I don't know how anybody can possibly take this serious. He's sticking his belly out. All right. He's reminding me of like this. He's got the beard. The Hangover, there was Mike Tyson was in it. Oh my word. Can somebody give me a woo? Tyson was in it. Have I just discovered something? I'm sure I have. Like the Vow of Silence. Tyson was in The Hangover. They say when you get knocked out, it feels like you're hungover. Like when you wake up from it. Oh my word. Is he portraying this guy? Is that what he's doing here? Zach. Is it Galifianakis or something? Where is it? Alan. He had a satchel. This is the guy. Wait, it was in due date, and don't they say that Jake Paul's like pregnant? Wait, it was in due date. Jake Paul pregnant. Oh my word. Guys, what is going on? Due date. And look, they're asking about the baby shower and stuff like that. It's like just a false reality. There's no way he's lifting that, but it's probably not even weight. So I don't know why they did this with him. Watching Mike Tyson knock out a pregnant dude is going to be wild. Oh my word, guys, I'm connecting it all. Due date. Zach Galifianakis, who was in The Hangover. Robert Downey Jr., that's Iron Man. Oh my word, guys. Iron Man. Robert Downey Jr., Iron Man. Mike Tyson's Iron Mike. Joshua's last loss was against Daniel. Daniel, the iron and the clay. Yeah, Dolph Lundgren, who played Ivan Drago, is Swedish. Ivan Drago was Russian. Sweden has the same colours as Ukraine. Yep, Sweden, the lion's den, Daniel. Sweden is the European nation pushing the digital ID and the digital tattoo. Is Sweden. I might code Andrew Tate on the website. I probably will. Right now, I'm not doing any more work after the stream, man. Joshua knocked out Francis. Yeah, that's so true. Jake Paul can drop to 12-2. Pope Francis 122. Yeah, that's crazy. That's wild. The 12-2, Kobe's 666 game was on the 122. Crazy. Do you know that Apollo Creed had 47 wins in Rocky? But he lost to Ivan Drago, didn't he? He said, if he dies, he dies. Let me see if I can find the Anthony Joshua says he has a license to kill. Look. Anthony Joshua says boxers have license to kill. If I can kill you, I will kill you. Guys, it's literally like, if he dies, he dies. Can somebody give me a woo? Yeah, I believe black magic is involved. Satan's the god of this age. I think he runs entertainment. I think he runs Hollywood, these boxing fights, Premier League, NFL, NBA. All right, I believe Satan has the power to do that. I believe God gives him that power. He knows that the true believers will see through it. So, yeah, I do believe Satan's controlling this fight. It's absolutely, God's allowing it though. God is allowing it, but it's not like God's trying to entertain you. Like when they thank God, if whoever wins, if they thank God, God's not cheering in heaven for somebody being knocked out, is he? Thank you very much. Who do you dislike more, Jake or Logan? Jake. I know we're supposed to love thy neighbor. I hope Jake and Logan come to see the light. But if you're asking me as Adam Edwards, which one annoys me more? Jake. I don't find him entertaining. Sometimes Logan can be entertaining. And Logan can sometimes come across as being pretty intelligent. Jake, it's just ridiculous. So yeah, my answer is Jake. Jake the Snake. Hey, oh my word, Jake the Snake. Another wrestling reference. Stone Cold Steve Austin, the Texas Rattlesnake, defeated Jake the Snake to win the King of the Ring. The Ring, boxing. Remember wrestling ring as well. There's the ring, the four corners. The Bible will be preached to all four corners of the earth before Christ returns, and that's what's happening now with the internet. Can I get a hallelujah? Today is 47 weeks, 333 days since Donald Trump has been in office as the 47th president. It's Joshua's 33rd fight. Of course, it's his 33rd fight. We told Jesus began his ministry at age 30, and he did it for 3 years, and obviously was crucified 33. So yeah, black magic's involved. The supernatural is involved. Then the wickedness of man. Okay, there is a fleshly involvement, but they're being influenced by spirits. That's why, like Conor McGregor said, he's just had a spiritual awakening. Jake said he had a spiritual awakening. No, demonic. Anthony Joshua has 3.3 million followers in Instagram for his 33rd fight. Oh, jeez. But anyways, here he said, look, if I can kill you, I will kill you. And he has a license to kill. So, and then Tyson Fury is getting involved, and God sends out his fury on mankind. Mankind was a wrestler, but God will send his fury. That's his wrath. We avoid that as children of God. But that's why his name's Fury, and obviously he's named after Mike Tyson. He was named Tyson after Mike Tyson. So yeah, he's literally come out and said he has a license to kill. And then it basically connects with if he dies, he dies. If he dies, he dies is a famous chilling line from the 1985 movie Rocky the Fourth, or Rocky IV, spoken by Soviet boxer Ivan Drago Dolph Lundgren after he fatally wounds Apollo Creed in the ring. Apollo is biblical, reflecting his cold machine-like demeanor, cold machine, AI, and the Cold War tension of the film. It's become an iconic phrase for showing ruthless indifference to consequences, often used humorously or dramatically in pop culture. So, when you've got Joshua coming out saying, like, if I kill him, I kill him, it's very similar. YouTube gives and takes away likes. Yeah, it's really infuriating. Judgment Day equals 124:43. Joshua was born when Trump was 43 years old, 124 days old. That's insane. That's crazy. Jake the Snake played for the Broncos. Did he? Wait, Jake the Snake played in the NFL? See, wow, it takes a lot for me to learn something. Are you sure about that? Jake? So he didn't seem that athletic. Jake the Snake. Oh, you on about this guy? Yeah, Jason Stephen Jake Plummer. Oh, okay, you on about this one? Yeah, it's not the actual Jake the Snake wrestler, but his nickname was Jake the Snake. Wow. Okay. Look how he was number 16, which is 4 times 4. Broncos, 4 horsemen. Wait, he played for the Sun Devils. Oh, wow. Yeah, I'd never heard of this guy. That's how they like. Wow. Well, my stomach is growling. Anyways, let me go back to my actual presentation here. Paul can drop to 12-2. Satanic is 122. Paul stays on 12 wins as this is where I don't think anyone's found this. Paul stays on 12 wins. Joshua advances to 29. 12-29. Watch this. Jake stays on 12 wins. Joshua gets his 29th. Look at this. Oh, he played for the Cardinals. No, I wouldn't be interested in it. I don't really like fighting. I can look after myself. I'm tough. I don't enjoy fighting. I don't like the thought of fighting somebody. Obviously, love thy neighbor as well. Turn the other cheek type of thing. Now, I wouldn't want to fight him. Am I scared of him? 100% no. But look, 12 wins for Jake if he loses. 29 for Joshua if he wins. 201st prime number, guys. 1,229. 201st prime number. Trump's first day in office as the 47th president was on 21. But the 12-29s, Albert Pike. This guy predicted 3 world wars. So there's a chance it's done in the 3rd round. But he was born 1229. He predicted 3 world wars. He died in Washington on 4/2. 1229. Remember Pele, the only player to win 3 World Cups? Pele, who went to the US, played for New York, Cosmos. He died in Albert Einstein Israelite Hospital, 1229. Israelite Hospital. Now, Israel Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu was sworn into office in 2022 on 1229, the day Pele died. Can somebody give me a woo? Netanyahu was sworn into office as Israel's Prime Minister on the exact same day that the greatest footballer of all time died, Pele. And Pele was in a movie. All right, you got The Birth of a Legend, but there was other movies that he's been in. Let me find it. There. Escape to Victory. You see, like the cross. Escape to Victory. I'll be shocked if it goes the distance. It could. We've got to endure to the end as believers. There might be some biblical connotation with it going the full 8 rounds. And Trump is going to meet with Netanyahu this year on 12/29. Exactly 3 years after Netanyahu was sworn in. 3 years is 36 months. The age of Joshua is 36. The beast reigns 3 years and 6 months. All right. And I showed you that 12/29, like Jake's record of 12 wins, Joshua 29 if he wins, 201st prime. Trump's first day in office, 21. Revelation 21. I saw an angel come down from heaven having the key of the bottomless pit and a great chain in his hand. They're both probably going to wear great chains going to the ring. Joshua stays on 4 career losses. Paul gets his 2nd loss. There's your 42. War equals 42, as does World War. And Albert Pike, who predicted 3 world wars, died in Washington, D.C., where the White House is, on 4/2. And Albert Pike was a 33-degree Freemason for more 3s. And he predicted 3 world wars. We've already had 2. And there's statues of this guy. Right, idol. So he was a high-degree Freemason. The beast reigns for 42 months. Jake Paul can stay on 12 wins and do so with 12 days left in the year. Notice yesterday, LA Rams, they lost with 37 points, the 12th prime. The last touchdown for them was number 12, who got 12 points in total because they got 2 touchdowns. And then the Seahawks, the beast rise out of the sea, they got their 12th win in an outrageous comeback. This is why I tell people to cash out, because I'm smart. I see these games. I see right through them. In the Bible, the number 12 symbolizes divine order, completeness, and God's authority, appearing frequently through the 12 tribes of Israel, from Jacob's 12 sons, Jesus' 12 apostles, representing the new people of God, and in Revelation's New Jerusalem, with its 12 gates and foundations, all pointing to God's perfect, complete kingdom. It also marks significant events like the woman healed after 12 years of bleeding, or the 12 baskets of leftover food from feeding the 5,000, signifying completion or perfection of circumstance. And also the 144,000 angels, which is 12 times 12. Now, there's a span of 8 months and 29 days between the fighters' 2025 birthdays. 8 months, 29 days. And I'm like, 829, that's the 145th prime number. And 14.5 is when Israel declared its independence. The 14th of May. That's a good point. Yeah, it is the 19th day of the month. 19 is the 8th prime, and it's 8 rounds. That's a good catch. If you like the draw, I'm sure there's massive value on it. You may as well. 19th day of the month. It's the 12th month as well, isn't it? December, another 12, although it should be the 10th, because dec means 10. Like a decagon is a 10-sided shape. A decade is 10 years. So I have no idea why December is the 12th month. Oh, I do. It's the Gregorian calendar. It's Caesar. Julius Caesar. That's why you have your July. Right? But yeah, 19th day of the month, 8th prime, 8 rounds. Right, I'm going to have to close a lot of this. But they're bigging this up, guys. Oh, wait, yeah, 3-minute rounds, 3-8. Another 38. Where is it here? Death, 38. Imagine he dies, guys. RIP, 38. Murder, 38. And the Seahawks, how many points did they win with? 38. 38, guys. So you've got 3-minute rounds and there's 8 of them. 3 times 8 is what? 24? What's 12 plus 12? 24. Usually boxing has 12 rounds. And how can Stafford go for 457 yards and lose? And have Puka have 225 yards, 2 touchdowns, and lose? He's number 12. He had 12 receptions. All right. He just called out Israel. All by the numbers. It's 24, 12 plus 12. And they ended on 37 points, which is the 12th prime. And the Seahawks got the 12th win. I saw him play exactly what was happening. Anytime you see these teams get 2-point conversions and they're way behind, they so often win. They so often come back and win. It's a joke, is what it is. Yeah, it's worth betting on that draw. I agree with you. Jake Paul's last fight was on 28-6. 28 days, 6 hours is in Donnie Darko, and it's Jake Gyllenhaal's birthday today. Oh my word. He's been in war movies, hasn't he? Oh, he's 45. Like World War II ended in 45. And he was in Brokeback Mountain, and I've told you this Jake Paul is definitely not straight. Wait, he was in Southpaw. Guys, he was in a boxing movie. After the death of his wife in a tragic accident, Billy Hope, a boxer, loses his daughter to Child Protection Services. He turns to trainer Titus Tick Wills to help him get his life back on track. He was in a massive boxing movie. Can you all give me a woo? Dave? Alabama plays Oklahoma in 20 minutes. Ty Simpson is the quarterback for Alabama. Simpson like OJ. Oh my goodness. Guys, this guy's birthday today. Jake Gyllenhaal. He was in Southpaw, a boxing movie. Billy Hope. What is going on? And like I said, he was in Brokeback Mountain as well. What else has this guy been in? Donnie Darko, All About Trump, that movie. And he's got his sister, hasn't he? Is it Maggie? The Covenant. Jarhead, a war movie. Demolition. Zodiac. What? Brothers? Oh my word, guys. Give me another woo. I'm making myself laugh. I'm going to have to go soon. Woo. Brothers like Jake and Logan. The brothers. Love and other drugs. We know that they do drugs. While on tour in Afghanistan, Sam's copter is shot down and he's presumed dead. Back home, it is his screw-up brother who looks after the family. Sam does return, but with a lot of excess baggage. Brothers. It's the guy who's Spider-Man is with him. Tobey Maguire. This is mad, guys. What a coded reality we live in. This is a joke. Trump is 29,043 days old today. Knockout 2943. Yeah, I think Joshua knocks him out. Great stuff, Cody. Jake was also Mysterio in Spider-Man. No way. Are you joking? Jake, is that correct, guys? Jake was Mysterio in Spider-Man? Dominic Mysterio. His dad is Rey Mysterio. Which means Mystery King. Oh my word, his birthday's 4/5. And he's in the Judgment Day. Oh, he's pointing to his eye. Watchman, I told you. I think that Jake's going to get his eye closed. I've found an image of this guy from Judgment Day. This boxing event is called Judgment Day. And the main image is he's pointing to his eye, which I believe Jake's going to get his eye closed. Because AI, Joshua destroys AI in the Bible, and AI is pronounced I in the scriptures. And you're telling me that Jake Gyllenhaal... Wait, was Mysterio and Spider-Man? Guys, how many rounds does this have? How many rounds is it? Oh my word, guys. There's 8 rounds and there's 8 legs on a spider. I've got another one for you. 8 legs with the spider, 8 rounds. You're just telling me that Spider-Man, the connections with Spider-Man. And then you've got this guy who I've connected to Trump. Donovan Mitchell is nicknamed Spider. Right? And he's 45, like Trump was the 45th president. Donald Trump, hell. Plays for Cleveland. Donald Trump, the first president since Cleveland to serve split terms. His nickname's Spider. Trump's first day in office as the 47th president was exactly 8 years after his first day as the 45th. It's all connected. It's why the NBA was founded the same year Trump was born. The Antichrist. Man, oh goodness gracious me. The Matrix is breaking. Yeah, it's got to be Joshua's biggest. It's not his biggest fight, but it's the most money. How much is he getting? How much money is Joshua getting? $92 million. This is up there with Mayweather and Pacquiao, which you can expect. I wouldn't want all that money. I like being supported and going out for a nice dinner, but 92 million is just obscene amount of money. I think you'd lose a lot of your joy. Sounds crazy. What else is there? You got anything else? I hope from my stream today you see perseverance, guys. When they cut down my stream 7 times. 4 times you couldn't see, the 3 I went live. Look. He marked his body, didn't he, Tyson? They both marked their body. Big curve in his spine. He's not a male. And look, do you remember he bowed to him? And all knees will bow. He bowed to Tyson. All knees will bow to Christ. He bowed to him, which is Masonic as well. They always bow. Yeah, the love of money is the root of all evil. Jake Gyllenhaal was in a movie with Conor McGregor. Jake Paul tried to call out Conor McGregor. He was in a movie with Conor. So Conor's in Hollywood now. What a sellout. But his whole career was acting, wasn't it? It's almost 6 o'clock. My day's gone. My day's gone. I don't even know when this fight is. When does it start? I don't even know when it starts. The stuff I found with this was crazy. Oh, yeah, I wanted to show you the David stuff. I'm not even going to share that. I can't be bothered. This is the movie, David. In a fear-ruled kingdom, which is the world right now, can somebody give me a woo? The Bible says to have no fear. The average person walking this earth is in fear. Fear of the government, fear of rejection, fear of failure, fear of death, fear of not being worthy, fear of not having enough money. All right? We live in a fear-ruled kingdom. A young shepherd dares to face a giant and the darkness behind him. His courage awakens a nation, proving true strength comes from trust. This has just been released today. I've got another 8. Joshua's 36 and Jake Paul's 28. There's 8 years between them. So they're just bringing out this David movie today. Animation. David is a popular male name of Hebrew origin, meaning beloved or favorite. Derived from the word Dod, also meaning uncle or lover, it's famously associated with the biblical King David, the legendary shepherd who defeated Goliath, becoming Israel's second king, symbolizing strength, leadership, and favor. I think that Jake's going to get his second loss. I do. Yeah, what does it benefit a man if he gains the whole world but loses his own soul? And he's saying this. Look at his followers. He has 4.4 million on Twitter. I have 16,000. 16,000 is not bad, is it? But it's not 4.4 million. Angel Studios is a guild, the chosen. Oh my word, bro, you're on fire here. Look, you might like Mr. Beast, Dana White, Logan Paul. No, I don't follow Jake. Why are you telling me who I might like? But look who they recommend to me. Can I get a woo? Yeah, exactly, bro. Julian Brandt, number 10, makes it 1-0 in the 10th minute. Brandt is German for burn. It's got a brand. A brand is a mark. I said that to the illusion. Can't even speak now. I told that to the Watchman, didn't I, Watchman? I said, you're not going to believe who scored for Dortmund. And he was like, what? I said, yeah, brand, like brand. Number 10, made it 1-0 after 10 minutes. And they scored at the death, didn't they? Serious. They also scored at the death. Was it 97 minutes? Death equals 97? But I really love your coding, mate. I really appreciate you. But look what he said, oh my word, 8 hours ago. I wonder if there's going to be an earthquake as well. Look out for an earthquake. Tonight we shock the world. Now look at this. Well, I'm not going to show that. To my supporters, thank you. To my haters, thank you. To my team, thank you. To all the fighters, thank you. To Netflix, thank you. To boxing, thank you. To God, thank you. Look how he capitalized thank you when he's talking about God. His God is not Jesus. Look, all this lowercase, but when he's thanking God, capital. You got to see these things that they do. His God, guys, is not Jesus Christ. His God is the God of this world, the devil. Same with Joshua. Look, there's your judgment day. J versus J. How many people go, he can't be called Jesus? There were no J in the Hebrew alphabet. J, J, J. It's the 10th letter, is it not? Look how he wants all the glory, like Lucifer. I've brought opportunity, exposure, and better pay to boxing and to boxers. You won't get rid of me. All that ever. Look, he's making it about him, but his brother calls himself humble. Yeah, I've brought opportunity, exposure. I've made all these hating arsehole fighters relevant. Keep saying my name for your clicks. You're YouTubers now. But look, Mr. Beast there, KSI, Dana White, the Antichrist rides a white horse. 6.6 million. What does Mr. Beast have? 33.5. 8.3. Just look at them. Winning doesn't only come from a decision, it comes from an action which he's already taken. So that for me tells me that she knows he's losing, the wording of that. A tsunami on Christmas? Wouldn't shock me. These are inverted, these two. I could go even deeper with this. It looks soulless. It's like a just... We live in a completely inverted world, man. And they're the ones that get promoted. Like Joshua either seems that, look, when in war, there is no wait, and now the wait for the war is over. I've told you, war. Trying to turn professional boxing into the WWE. Absolutely. People need to wake up, man. Like, big time, quick. And quick. Look, there's his tongue out. The snake. Always got his tongue out. Jake was born 65 days after King Charles' birthday. And today is 65 days after Joshua's birthday. Joshua was born 336 days after Charles' birthday. And today is 336 days after Paul's birthday. Oh, my word. No, I didn't see that. That's crazy. Yeah, a lot of people say round one, but it should be. But look at that. The symbolism, guys. He's got the Costa Rica and the US flag. So there'll be something going on with Costa Rica and USA. Jake Paul, 8 letters. Another 8. With Jake Paul, 4-4. So yeah, I don't even know when it starts, guys. I don't know when it starts. I don't know if you're watching it. But this is Jake Paul. I've got an image somewhere. Where is it? Here. That's all you need to know. Can you see it? We know who his God is. If you have any, is it Puerto Rico? Okay. It's Puerto Rico. Okay. I don't know. Don't care. But look at the symbolism. I'm hoping 6th round, but I don't understand how it can get that far. And then Joshua's doing the old hand symbol with that Nimrod tree behind him. I have to leave it there, guys. My back is in bits. Some good information you shared here. Jake Joseph Paul. Wait, his middle name's Joseph, like Jesus' earthly father. His name's 228, 12 times 19, 228. Brilliant. Yeah, we're running out of time, Elena. I know you know that. Yeah, I've talked about that finalissima. It's going to be Spain, Argentina, Messi, Yamal. Messi baptized Yamal. What a coincidence that they're going to meet each other, eh? Finalissima, final. The final time is now. People are really, really running out of time. Today is Trump's 333rd day in office. It's been 33 months since Jake Paul's last loss, and it's Joshua's 33rd fight. See, that's unbelievable. Look, the masonry, 33-degree. England equals 33. I don't see how Joshua loses. I can't comprehend Joshua losing. It's just how he wins. I think he knocks him out. Yeah, look, in the Bible, Joshua mentions Esau in his farewell speech in Joshua 24:4, where he recounts God's faithfulness, stating, to Isaac I gave Jacob and Esau, to Esau I gave the hill country of Seir, but Jacob and his children went down to Egypt. This verse highlights God's plan for both sons, giving Esau, ancestor of the Edomites, his own land, while Jacob, Israel, and his family journeyed to Egypt, setting the stage for the Exodus and the Israelites' eventual inheritance of Canaan, as detailed in the book of Joshua. And this is in chapter 24, your 12 plus 12. We saw today's National Underdog Day, and he's a huge underdog. Here he is, Apollo Creed. He got killed by the Russian in Rocky. Sylvester Stallone is nicknamed Sly, like a snake. Carl Weathers had all these storms, issues with the weather. The fight starts 3:30 English time. Oh my word, another 33. The fight to go the distance is plus 333. What? All right. And like I said, Joshua can get his 29th win 29 days before Jake Paul's birthday. Can I get a woo? That just makes too much sense. Just makes too much sense. I can't believe my day has just gone. Oh, I forgot that Dolph Lundgren as well. He was born 11/3. Kobe Bryant's NBA debut was on his birthday. I told you Kobe's highest scoring game was 122, like 122, and Jake Paul drops to 12-2 against a giant. So he's going to get his 26th knockout, Joshua. Fourteenth fight. Let's see who your boy lost to. Joshua lost to him. He's born 9/6, 96 months is 8 years. It's 8 rounds. Daniel, L means God. Book of Daniel, Lion's Den. Okay. President Donald Trump announced Friday that 9 drug makers have agreed to lower the cost of their prescription drugs in the US. Wow. Jake Paul was 26 old when he lost the fight. The best player last night in the NFL game was number 26. It was 26. God equals 26. Joshua can become 26-2 in knockouts. Jake Paul lost his only fight on 26-2. Wow. It just lines up for Joshua. It's just for me how he does it, when he does it. My ideal thing is the 6th round. but I'm not too fussed. And I said, if Jake Paul wins, I'll take that. I don't mind being wrong. I'll take it because it might wake up my friends. This guy doing the devil arms there. Lightning bolt. Why do you think this little Irish guy got to the top of WWE? He gave, look at him, he's tiny. Gave his life to Satan. All right. Satan gave him all these gifts. Look, you see it. Oh, he's so entertaining. He actually looks like a demon. Yeah, because he is. They're not acting. They take over. That's why there's a WWE pay-per-view called Takeover. They're not acting. A demon takes over them. That's why they don't get hurt so often. Someone like Jeff Hardy throws himself off like ladders every night and doesn't get hurt. So yeah, let's leave it there. Patrick, I appreciate you greatly, mate. I really have to go now. 47 likes sucks, but the chat's been brilliant. The support, thank you. Watchman, thank you. And God willing, we can do the tattoo Mark of the Beast tomorrow, which was the whole goal for today. Didn't happen. But hopefully it will tomorrow. I know I was supposed to have a day off, but it doesn't look like it. Jake Paul used to have a dog named Apollo. Oh, what the heck? Like Apollo Creed, who got killed in the ring by Dolph, and obviously Dolph Ziggler. He just returned to WWE for an event. Wow, I didn't know I didn't know that, bro. He had a dog named Apollo, and I've connected it to Apollo Creed. Yeah, all right. Hit the like on your way out. Get it over 50, and I'm going to go. Better call my friend. Supposed to play in a semi-final tonight. My groin can't do it. I've got to be honest. I'll be out for weeks if I play. But yeah, cheers to you all. Thanks for your insights. God bless you all. See what happens. Agent D is just flying here. Exactly 1 year ago today, the Superman trailer came out. It was filmed in Cleveland. Jake Paul's from Cleveland. What? It's also Inverted Super Soldier, Apollyon, Abaddon, Revelation 9:11. Oh my word, yeah, Abaddon, Apollo. Oh geez, it just don't stop. Don't stop. Thank you, God, for blessing us with the ability to see all of this. Yeah, I gotta go. I'm going dizzy. Cheers. Take care. Thanks for your support.